We chose to work on this project because we feel that every family in Brookline should be able to access the same resources, and every child in Brookline should have the opportunity to succeed. Dan and Vicki inspired us to take on this project, and working with them and others has really helped us understand how much the early years impact future academic success. Economic privilege affects the rate of academic development before kids even enter school. By the time they reach fourth grade and are enrolled in STEPS, they are often too far behind to catch up. Our goal is to minimize this gap and provide economically disadvantaged families with the resources that other families in Brookline enjoy. We want this space to be a model of Joffrey Canada's Harlem Children's Zone, providing care for prenatal mothers and kids all through high school.
Brookline Early Education is extremely interested in this. We know that the research in early education tells us unequivocally that more early is better, and the earlier we start, the better the outcome is. BEEP research says that an organized child with great social competency skills has a better chance of later school success. This space is particularly well suited for that goal because it is available to provide students with ongoing support, both academic and enrichment, during that out-of-school time that many of their Brookline peers are gaining from their own family's involvement. We have families in housing and in other low-income apartments or houses that are being shared that could benefit from the same kind of advantages that their peers have. This space affords us a place to do that.
What could the involvement of STEP students, really kind of give to this room at 22 High Street? I think that first of all, we start off with lack of resources here in Brookline High School. We have low-income students who don't achieve the same either academic levels that middle class to upper class students here achieve. It could be GPA. We could talk about SATs. We could talk about colleges that they get accepted to. So there's a big gap as far as like what our low-income students achieve here and what they don't compared to their peers. I think this space could be something that can really help mitigate some of those gaps.
What we want is a comprehensive, really birth to beyond college opportunity. And so whoever is placed in charge of such a space would have to have that broad view of what might work for a wide range of children and families.
We hope to provide a wide range of classes and programs to enrich their extracurricular experience. For students, we can see the space having dance classes, cooking classes, art classes, and homework help. For adults, we can imagine parenting classes, financial literacy classes, and even yoga and fitness classes.
I think of the lack of mentors for low-income students here in STEPS, and it could be men of color, it could be women of color, it could be Asian Americans. There's a ton of mentors that we just are lacking in this community, and perhaps we're here. Perhaps they just don't know how to get involved, and this could be a space for students to meet their mentors. It could be a space to have strong mentoring programs. So I think our students who live in High Street, who live in Egmont Street, which is maybe less than a mile down the road, could use this opportunity to come together either during the week to help tutor elementary students. It could be they can help little kids read more just to kind of grow the literacy rate here, and they'll be inside the same housing unit. So transportation and lack of ability to get somewhere on time should be definitely mitigated by the sense of by the mere fact that it's in the basement of where you live.
Since we're graduating, we hope next year's group can continue to develop the space into the vision we've created.
The fact that it starts so early is really cool, and also that it goes directly to their houses is really cool because I don't think there are a lot of programs like that. Do they need more toys, or do they need more supervisors to like come and like watch them while their parents go and do things, or like do they need more time outside or inside and stuff like that. I think I could like really use my brothers as a way to like see what they need more in their building.
So the students this year made what we think is quite a substantial amount of progress. They really focused their work on empathy, which is the beginning of being able to execute on the planning. So they spent their time trying to really understand the problem, trying to understand the stakeholders or the people who care about or are connected to this problem. So they spent time talking to representatives at BEEP, Steps to Success, PCHP, trying to really understand the lives of residents at 22 High. And then they spent time building a 3D model of the space. Really, it was the deep dive into empathy and understanding. We hope that the process will be taking some of that understanding and turning it into actionable planning or steps. So we're hoping next year we can work through getting more progress on budgeting, fundraising, and trying to make more of the town stakeholders sign on to really making this a reality.
Though we've come a long way, there is still work to be done, including finding businesses who will provide services, continuing to engage with residents, and fundraising. Even though we're leaving, we plan on maintaining contact with our teachers in next year's group to offer support and guidance.
That can bring this from an underused and underutilized space to a space that is vibrant, active, interactive, and community focused, where children and families can come together and everyone can learn something and everyone can teach something. This is a chance for Brookline to create its own children's zone, where that is the point of our work here, as far as the school department goes, as far as the community goes, to nurture and support its youngest citizens until they are successful college graduates or skilled graduates. We want to make this happen. If we can bring this to fruition, the future feels very exciting.